Welcome to part 2 of Let's Play Crash Team Racing on the PlayStation. Let's continue the game. Okay, in this video I'm going to be doing the arcade mode on medium difficulty. Let's go. After the last part, I managed to erase some blocks on the virtual memory card, so I should be able to save it this time. Anyway, okay, medium. Let's choose a character we haven't chosen before. Let's choose Tiny. And let's do the Wumper Cup. Here we go. Okay, Crash Cove. There's a shortcut here by doing that. There we go. You have to jump just after the little dip in the water, and there's a sort of ramp. There's a sort of ramp thing, and you can use it to jump over that, or rather jump on top of that grass. That becomes necessary in the time trials and in the adventure mode. There's something up there that you need. Yeah, so just there, that's it. You have to time it. It is difficult to pull off the first time you do it. It's only because I've done it so many times. It's just second nature. You can also go up here. It's not really a shortcut, but there is something up there in adventure mode and in arcade mode there, like that. Ah, that was perfectly timed. That nitro that I dropped stopped the missile. Or rather, it intercepted the missile or whatever, I don't know. You know what I mean. Yeah, so just about there, that's it, yeah. That was really hard to pull off the first time I ever tried to do that, but it's just second nature now. Ah, that's my one. Notice how there was someone really close behind me, because this is medium mode. You really have to be a lot better than easy mode, or rather than you were on easy mode, I should say. And Tiger Temple. Okay, let me just see if I can put the music up a bit. There we go. Yep, that's worked, good. Yeah, I couldn't use the shortcut there because I didn't have a weapon. Try to get the Wumper Fruit crates even if you don't need them, because it prevents the people behind from getting them as well. That goes for the other crates as well. That was close. I still can't use the shortcut. Yeah, it gives me feels sorry for me. Feels sorry for me, so it gives me a mask. And the mask, it's pretty much invincible, and it hurts other characters if you touch them and things. If you have Wumper Fruit, if you have 10 Wumper Fruit, the mask lasts longer. No, I still can't use the shortcut. I never have a weapon when I need it. It closes shortly after you open it, I think. There we go. And Blizzard Bluff. I'm going to go all out on this one. I'm going to use the shortcut. Yeah, this track was used in the demo of the game, but only for the 4-player demo. So you can only really use this track. There we go. You can only really use this track if you have a multi-tap for the demo. Papu's Pyramid was used for the 1-player demo. 1-player on the demo. Dingo Canyon was the 2-player demo, and this was the 4-player demo. On the demo disc, I mean. Might not make this. No, I mucked that up. Yeah, there's a risk of using that one, I'm afraid. If you're near someone who has a TNT on them and they explode and you're near them, it'll hurt you as well, so keep away from them. Yeah, the demo disc that we had this on was music for PlayStation. One CD was, well that is because I have it, one CD is music that was used on sort of adverts for PlayStation back in the day on TV, I think anyway. And the other disc had some of the most popular demos. So it had this, because this was a popular demo, this, Ape Escape, Wipeout 3, Tomb Raider 3, what else did it have? Might have had Amiga Boost, I can't remember though. Jamalami, I'm thinking, maybe, I can't remember. But, well, I could get it out and show you, and tell you, but I can't be bothered. But definitely the best one was, it had this, Ape Escape and Wipeout 3. That's pretty much where I first played those games. That's why I really like those games, especially Ape Escape. Tomb Raider 3 was another one. There's probably others I can't remember, but yeah, yeah. So that was it was a compilation demo disc with loads of popular demos on it. Although I don't really rate Tomb Raider 3 that much, to be honest. Tomb Raider 3 is too much. It's just the levels are far too long and really, really hard. It's really. I mean, it looks nice. It's a nice looking game with some good environments. But got me with a bomb. It's a nice looking game with some good environments, but it isn't as easily playable and pick-upable, if that's the word, as the first two games, especially the first one, which will always remain one of my favourite games. First Tomb Raider game, that is, on the Saturn and PlayStation. Never really played the PC version. I've always intended to for Tomb Raider, and indeed there was exclusive. There's an exclusive expansion pack on the PC called Tomb Raider Unfinished Business with some more levels in it. I've never played them. It's always been on my list of games to play, but I've never got round to it. I have been tempted to do a video of Tomb Raider, but it's been done so many times and by people a lot better than I am at it. I just wouldn't do it justice, but maybe I will one day. It's a bit like Metal Gear Solid. It's been done so many times, and there are people so much better than I am at it. There we go. I mean, when I first did this game, I did actually find it quite, well, not difficult, but I wasn't winning every race first time. There's a learning curve in this game. It's only because I've done this so many times that it's just second nature, even after all these years of not playing it. You know, it'll always be, it's like riding a bike. Looks like he skipped leg day at the gym. Okay, let's see if we can save the game. Oh, it still says it's full. Alright, I'll see if I can deal with that again after this bit. It's really irritating. I'll have to do a save state again, but I did clear out the memory card. I'm curious as to why it still says it's full. We'll have to investigate that. Must be a glitch or something. Anyway, let's do the next cup. Whom haven't we chosen? We haven't chosen Pura or Engine. Let's do Engine. Let's do the Crystal Cup. Here we go. Yes, there's a gold star next to the 1 per cup now because we've completed it with on medium difficulty. And we're doing Ruse Tubes. There are actually loads of cheats for this game, and I'm not talking about the Exploder cheat disc or Game Shark or something. Just normal cheats that are programmed in the game, like codes you can put in, and that will unlock all the characters and all the things unlocked and everything. All the characters are obtainable without cheats. There are cheats for all the characters to unlock them, but all the characters are obtainable except 2 of them. One of them is what I've already talked about, which is nitrous oxide. You can unlock him with a Game Shark, but it might glitch up. Nitrous oxide, in my experience, when used, that was close. When using him, he has the same sort of cart as Polar and Pura and Ripperoo, i.e. really good handling and bad top speed and acceleration. Yeah, so he's not that good, but I don't know whether that's because it's a glitch or whatever. Because it's not real, you know, or whether it's just using those attributes because it has no choice. because one was never programmed in. So I don't know whether nitrous oxide really has those attributes or not. But there is one other character which is only obtainable with a cheat. You can only obtain him with a cheat. All the other ones you can obtain without cheats. You have to unlock them in the adventure mode. And he's called Penta Penguin, and he actually is the best character. He has the best acceleration. He has the best top speed. He has the top speed of Dingodile. He has the acceleration of Engine, and he has the handling of Polar. So he is actually the best character. Now the trouble is that if you do the time trials with him, because his handling is so good, when you do a power slide with him, he will go around corners, and he will take corners too well. So you can't keep going. You can't use the power slide like you do with Dingodile when there aren't any bends. Because if you Dingodile and you use a power slide, because he turns so slowly, he has such poor handling, you can pretty much do a really long bend with a power slide, and he won't go into the corners, into the inner corners or something like Polar and Pura do. So even though Penta Penguin is actually the best character, he has actually the best cart. You still need Dingodile, Tiny, or Papu Papu, or another character who has really good top speed, in order to get the best time trials on certain tracks. There are some tracks on which you want Dingodile, and there are some on which you want, that was close, and there are some on which you want Penta Penguin. This is one of the ones that you want Dingodile to do the time trial, because there aren't many bends in this one. Pretty much the more bends or the more corners that a track has, the more you want to use Penta Penguin. So Penta Penguin is really good on Papu's Pyramid, for example, because there are loads of bends in that one, especially around the 3 corners near the start. If you try to use Dingodile, you will go into the wall and lose time. But if you use Penta Penguin on this one, you will find that when you're doing the power slides, that's really annoying, he will go into the he will take the corners too well, and you won't be able to drift as much. So you want to use Dingodile for the time trials on the tracks that need, or rather that have. You want to use Dingodile on tracks that have not many bends in them. Loads and loads of straights like this. Yeah, you can use missiles and bombs and things to get crates, and if you press triangle it goes to a speedometer or an odometer, whatever it's called. But I usually like the map, I don't really like the odometer. That's close, blimey. Anyway, yeah, so if you're doing the time trials, you want to use either Pentapenguin or Dingodile, or another character that has really good top speed. So it's either Dingodile, Tiny Tiger, Papu Papu, or another character we haven't encountered yet, who's called Entropy, by the way. And for the ones that they're for the ones with not many bends, but for the tracks with bends, with lots of bends, you want to use Pentapenguin, and you have to experiment. Sometimes it's unknown which one you want to use. For example, on Dragon Mines, it's a bit difficult to know which one to use, but Pentapenguin is the one to use on that one. But for this track, Dingo Canyon, you want to use Dingodile or another character with really good top speed and poor handling, because the poor handling is helpful because it means you can power slide more and drift more. Pentapenguin's his handling is so good that when you go around, if you try to power slide when there aren't many bends, you will go into the corners and stuff too quickly, and you won't be able to drift as much. But I'll talk more about that. Obviously, I'll show you what all this means so you can visualize it better when I do the time trials. Yeah, so Pentapenguin is the only character that you need a cheat, well, the only legitimate character for which you need a cheat. You can't unlock him any other way. And in the American version, he's slightly glitched, even though when you get a weapon and it's the mask on the American version, I think it shows the it shows the Aku Aku mask, which is the good one, the multicoloured one. But when you actually use it, it's actually Aka Aka, which is glitched. And also, he doesn't have the really good attributes. He's pretty. I think he's like polar. I think he's like polar. In that his acceleration and top speed aren't very good, but his handling is still really good. But in the European version, which is this version I'm playing, he isn't glitched anymore. He has the mask looks like Aku Aku, and that's the mask that you actually use. So he's sort of like the fifth good character, if you like. And also, yeah, in the European version, he has the best attributes, so he isn't glitched. So if you want to play this game, I strongly recommend using the PAL version, not the American version, for that reason. Because Pentapenguin in the PAL version is the best character to use, and that was really annoying. But yeah, you have to unlock him with a cheat. There's no way to. All the other characters you can unlock with the adventure mode, and you unlock Entropy by defeating him on every track in the time trials. That's how you unlock Entropy, and he's another one who has really good top speed but poor handling, like Dingodile. So that's that. But I will unlock Pentapenguin after, or rather when I'm doing the time trials, because there are some time trials which you need Pentapenguin. Annoyingly, when I first played this game, it took me ages, but I did defeat Nitrous Oxide on every single time trial, and I thought that I would unlock Nitrous Oxide because it made sense. After you defeat Entropy on all the time trials, you actually unlock Entropy. But who's a boss from Crash Bandicoot 3, I think, or maybe 2. So I defeated Nitrous Oxide on all the time trials, and you don't unlock Nitrous Oxide, which is annoying. I don't know why they had it like that. It would have made sense to unlock him as well, because he's really difficult to unlock, and all you get is nothing. You get nothing for defeating Nitrous Oxide on every single time trial, which took me ages, and you have to learn all the shortcuts and everything, because Nitrous Oxide will use every shortcut. That's how I discovered most of the shortcuts, because he uses them all. That's, I used to play the time trials against Nitrous Oxide and think, how come he gets so far ahead, especially in Sewer Speedway? It was because he was using all the shortcuts that I hadn't even discovered. So yeah, all the other characters you can unlock. All the bosses you unlock in the adventure mode after defeating them. There's another character you unlock called Fake who's called Fake Crash, who's sort of like Crash Bandicoot but looks like a Neanderthal or something. No, that was rubbish. You unlock him by winning the purple gem cup in the adventure mode. So that's that. So yeah, Penta Penguin, you have to unlock him with a cheat. You have no choice. But I'll be unlocking him later, after I do the adventure mode. The adventure mode, you have to use one of the original 8 characters. You can't use a boss character or Entropy, Fake Crash or Penta Penguin. Oh good, actually got someone behind me. Oh dear. It's irritating. Yeah, it sort of slowed me down. Come on, there we go. See if I can use the shortcut, that will get me back on track. Here we go. Yes, got it. Now you want to go this way because that's actually faster. I know it's faster because that's the way nitrous oxide goes on the time trial. And it immediately puts me in front. But it is a difficult shortcut to pull off if you don't know what you're doing. It took me ages, and you will muck it. If you do the time trial on this one, you will muck that up. Very rarely will you do it all 3 times in a row, and you'll have to keep restarting if you want to defeat nitrous oxide, because he does it 3 times in a row, of course. Anyway. Yes, the Penta Penguin in the PAL version, European version, is the best character, and he is the one that you will want to use in most of the time trials. But for the time trials in which there are very few bends, like this one, you want to use Dingodile. I usually prefer Dingodile because, I don't know, he's a smaller character and it doesn't distract me as much. But if you don't mind that, you can get just as good times with Tiny Tiger, Entropy, or Papu Papu. They all have the same attributes. There we go. But Penta Penguin has the best acceleration, top speed, and handling. He's the best character. And Penta Penguin, which Crash Bandicoot game is he from? Well, in Crash Bandicoot 3, or maybe 2, after you defeat a boss, there's some dancing penguins, and there's a fan theory that says maybe he's one of those penguins, but that's unconfirmed. But he is a good character. He has all the characters apart from Polar, Pura, Crash, and Coco have the bad mask, which is called Aka Aka, including the bosses, Entropy, Fake Crash. They all have the bad mask, and nitrous oxide, because I've tested it out with the Game Shark. But Penta Penguin in the PAL version, at least, he's the 5th one that uses the good mask. So anyway. Alright, let's do the arcade with and another character. Let's choose Crash Bandicoot this time. And let's choose the Nitro Cup. And then lastly, I'll do the other cup with Pura, because I haven't used him yet. And once you unlock the characters, you can use them all in the arcade, the 2-player, the battle mode, and the time trials. But you can't use them in the adventure mode. You have to use one of the original 8. Whoops, I might that up. You have to use one of the original 8 characters in the adventure mode. You have no choice. Although I imagine there is a Game Shark that allows you to use it, but you can't do it legitimately, at least. Which is annoying, because on the adventure mode, when you choose the character, it sort of lists their attributes, and if you could choose one of the other characters, it would tell you what their attributes are, because you have to sort of work them out. Some of them aren't obvious, like Komodo Joe and Pinstripe. They're not obvious. Yeah, when you jump and you land, like, it'll give you a turbo boost. That's called a hang time turbo. Yeah, so you can use that to get a turbo as well. That's why you want to jump as much as possible in this game. The thing about Speed Freaks, the other game I was talking about the last video, is that it's a good game, but the carts look sort of weird. They're just sort of wheels, and I think it is anyway. They're sort of wheels and a handlebar or steering wheel, but without any other graphics in the cart. They look sort of like, if you know the video game character Rayman, you know, where he has no arms, he just has hands that just sort of float in the air. It's a bit like that, and it sort of looks weird. But still a good game nonetheless, though. Just slightly not as good as this one. Look how far ahead of everyone I am. It's ridiculous. You could say the shortcut for this level is before, when the path splits in two. I always go the way on the right. I think that's the fastest way. And that's that, good. Yeah, so which character should I use for adventure mode? I don't know, I'm leaning towards... It is more difficult with Dingodile and Tiny, not just because they're harder, their handling is harder, not just because of that. There are bonus levels in the battle arenas where you have to collect these purple gems, and they are really hard to do with a character that doesn't have very good handling, because you have to keep making twists and turns and do some awkward jumps. So if you do choose one of those characters, just beware it's harder. If you want to, see if I can do this jump. No, it just mucked it up. That wasn't fast enough. Yeah, so if you do use one of those characters, either Tiny or Dingodile, just bear in mind that the adventure mode is not just about winning races. You have to get objects, and it's a little bit awkward. But I will be using Dingodile because it's hard mode, and I have to show you doing it with hard mode. Easy mode is obviously with Polar and Pura, because it's easier with the handling and everything. That is such a shortcut, that is. There we go. Yeah, you want to do this track in a time trial with Penta Penguin because of this, really. This bit is impossible to do quickly with Dingodile because it's so tight. So bear that in mind. I won't use a shortcut this time, I'll show you what's around here. There's a shortcut here you can use, but it's not really that useful. You go there and then there, but you can get the fruit again if you want. There we go. Yeah, I might use either Tiny or Dingodile. I'll think about it. It's not going to be any of the others. I do like Neocortex as a character because he is quite funny, but I want to make it hard for myself, so it's either Dingodile or Tiny. I'm leaning towards Dingodile because I like Dingodile. Dingodile has some funnier one-liners than Tiny. Yeah, I think I'll use Dingodile. Normally you can't use Penta Penguin, otherwise I'd use him, because he is the best character. Oh, so difficult to pull that off. Oh no. Yeah. Muck that up. go the other way. When we just had the demo of this, we didn't know what any of the characters were called. We used to call Tiny Spiky Shoulders, because he has spiky shoulders. I think we used to call Neocortex Saturn Head, because it looks like his head looks like a planet with rings. Yeah, those are the days. Really mucking this up, I don't know why. There we go, back in first, there we go. Nope, second, there we go, first. Go the other way this time. That's not the quickest way, you want to go the other way, but I just did that because... just to avoid the other characters. Oh, I can't believe I just did that. That's going to cost me. I'm not going to use the shortcut just in case I muck it up, it's not worth it. I'm already in front. There we go, still got first. And Tiny Arena. Mark that up. You want to use, I think, Dingodile in the time trial on this one. There aren't that many bends. Yeah, not my favourite track, this one. You can't really get a lot of speed in this one. There's no way was that missile going to get me, they're miles behind. in adventure mode, the bosses, you race them and they just let off loads and loads of either missiles, TNTs, or potions at you, and it is quite manic, and you think it'll be a doddle, but it isn't. Nitrous Oxide, the last boss, is not the Time Char Nitrous Oxide. That's just a... that was mine as well. Nitrous Oxide and the Time Jar, he doesn't do anything, he's just a ghost, but Nitrous Oxide, the last boss Nitrous Oxide on Adventure Island, is extremely difficult. The track Oxide Station is quite a difficult track. I don't think it's on there, it's not on the arcade. It's quite a difficult track, Oxide Station. It's a really fun track though. There we go. And we're done. Good. Well, it's quite funny when Crash wins. Okay, let's do the final arcade then. Or final medium one at least, and we're going to choose Pura, who has really good handling, and we're doing the Crash Cup. Let's go. Okay, Polar Pass. Whoops, mark that up again. Yes, got him. Yes, good. I'm miles ahead. There we go. Nice comfortable victory. Whoops, muck that right up. Beautiful, well handled. Ah, muck that up. Nicely handled. Whoa, that was not handled well. It's going too fast. Oh, that's close. Beautiful. So you notice how when I came out of the tunnel I can't do too many power slides because it draws me into the inner edge. You see, that's the problem with Penta Penguin in the time trial. If I try to do too many of them, it makes me go into the corner, into the inner corner too much. See, with Dingadar, because his handling is so bad, I can just carry on doing power slides and just sort of drift. That's the advantage of using Dingadar. That's it. And because Penta Penguin's speed is better than Pura's, this is doable with Penta Penguin. I think a bit better than Dingadar, but I'll have to test it out. I can't remember too well. I'll have to take the this way because Pure isn't fast enough to get over there. Yeah, I'm gonna mask because it feels sorry for me. Whoops. There we go. The cup is mine. Yeah, got it that time. And I'm back in first, good. And we're back in play. Oh. It's because of Pure, it's just difficult to do lots of power slides because it draws me into the inner corner. So I try to get that last power slide in and it just sort of... and it tips me over the edge. Oh. Git. I'm going to get one of them to make it a bit easier. Okay, final lap. And it's very difficult to use that because you can't explode it when you want, like with the bombs. Ah. It's not worth going for that, it really isn't. Not going to get first in this now, I'd wager. Oh, maybe I will if that is what I get. Oh, good. It sort of helps you if you do badly. You just can't drift for long enough with Pure. That's the trouble. You can use a brake by pressing the square button, so that is available to you, but you rarely want to use it. There we go, got my first, good. And slide Coliseum. This will be a bit easier with Pura. Yes, got it. That was well handled. Well handled, good. Yeah, this is one you want to use Penta Penguin on. Oh, nice. Oh. Nice. Okay, next video we'll be going after the hard mode cup. So thanks for watching and goodbye.